Welcome back to the Kevin Blakicki YouTube channel. Hope everybody is enjoying their Super Bowl Sunday. Today, we're not going to be talking about the Super Bowl quite yet. I will give you a recap after the game, but we are going to start off by talking about the Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina. I've had a blast watching them the last few days. It's always great to watch random sporting events that I probably wouldn't watch otherwise. There's a lot of national pride, and it's great to have a whole country behind a set of athletes. Now, obviously, due to the current state of our country, we can't just have everybody rooting for Team USA because, I had some conflicts myself. I obviously despise the way that this country is being ran. I love America. I love being an American. I am glad and thankful that I was born in America, but I absolutely hate and despise the way that it's been ran. And Donald Trump is not just the worst president of all time, he deserves to be buried 6 feet deep down below the toughest prison in the world. I mean, the crimes that he has committed seemingly on a daily basis is absolutely insane. He never should have been president. And if even just 1% of anything that's in the Epstein files is true, this man should be paying the ultimate sacrifice. Now, granted, due to his declining health, the only sort of justice that we will get is when he passes away. I would like him to be, taken away in handcuffs, but he controls the government. He fires everybody who doesn't agree with him, and he is every bit of the fascist that we warned everyone that he would be the past decade. So he won't pay the price until he ends up dying. Unfortunately, that's what we have to live for, unfortunately, because no one is going to ever pay the price for the countless heinous, horrible acts that they've done to the most innocent people that we have, children. It's insane. And this was proven how unlikable this administration is when JD Vance and his wife went to the opening ceremonies in Milano Cortina, and they were booed viciously, and they deserve it because they're the bad guys. And they know that they're the bad guys because when when JD Vance was giving an interview, and he was asked if they should apologize to the families of the people that have been killed by ICE, he smirked and smiled and he said, "Apologize for what?" They know that they're just out there killing American citizens for no reason. ICE obviously should have been abolished, never should have even been created in the first place. But this administration is just obviously straight up fascist. They don't care about the rule of law. And they absolutely deserve to have the Olympics taken away from them in 2028 and the World Cup taken from them in 2026. But obviously, that's not going to happen because there just isn't enough time to pivot. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to uh, see America get rewarded for their insane human rights violations. But I do fully expect in the World Cup later this year, maybe also even in the World Baseball Classic, although I don't know much about that. But also probably in the Olympics, there will be more boos. They're not going to stop. Any sort of world competition or any sort of event where Donald Trump and or JD Vance shows up, they are not going to be welcomed. And I know that Donald Trump would have gotten booed if he went to the Super Bowl, but he's not going to the Super Bowl because Bad Bunny is performing, and Bad Bunny is anti-Trump, and Green Day is performing, and Green Day is anti-Trump, and Donald Trump is a whiny little bitch who can't go anywhere without feeling that he's going to be loved. He won't go to any situation in which he thinks that he won't get praise from everybody in there. He goes to the college football national championship because It's largely apolitical slash right wing, and you know those colleges are in the middle of nowhere, and he's relying on those uneducated middle of the country people that'll just blindly support him no matter what. And so going to a college event will probably be safer for him, but he's not going to the Super Bowl because he doesn't want to get his feelings hurt because he's a bitch. He's a little whiny bitch, and uh, it- that's probably the nicest thing that I can say about him, due to the very heinous and disturbing crimes that he committed with him and Jeffrey Epstein. But anyway, it was kind of an interesting way for me to go to support the Olympics because I want to root for United States because I'm from here. I love the athletes, I love the Olympics, but I don't want to support what this country is doing. So I have been watching the Olympics. I have been rooting for Team USA. But if they lose, we do deserve it. And there have been a number of athletes that have been coming out and saying, that they are happy to perform, to represent the United States, but they don't agree with what's going on in the country. And exhibit 10 million of why the Republicans are just fascists is you have people like Tommy Lauren and Megyn Kelly and all these conservative figures posting on Twitter these videos of these athletes not supporting what's going on in the country, and they keep saying that they don't deserve to represent our country. Spoiler alert, that's not how this works. You don't get to have your ability to represent your country taken away from you because you don't like what's going on in the country. That is quite literally a violation of the First Amendment. Those people have every single right, much like I have the right to speak into this microphone and shit all over the president and tell everybody how much I despise him. They have that right too. And the Republicans, at least, rhetorically, are saying that they don't think that these people should, be able to represent the country because they don't share the same beliefs as them. And that is just like straight up textbook fascism. I fear that when we said that Donald Trump was a fascist and that he was like Hitler, I don't think that we were loud enough. It happened so much. We said it all the time because it was true and it was happening. But I think people got worn out and burnt out by it happening all the time because he just has no regard for the law. He breaks laws all the time. He doesn't give a shit about anything. He doesn't care if what he's doing is racist. He doesn't care if he's being homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic. He doesn't care if he's being sexist towards women. He'll constantly berate female reporters like Caitlin Collins. He is generally one of like the most despicable human beings of all time. And people are calling him out on it. And the people who are supposed to represent the right wing in this country can't accept that. And that's why they're having the Turning Point USA alternative all American halftime show. It's just straight up racism because Bad Money is American. He's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is part of America. And they just filled it with white people. Kid Rock and a bunch of other no names that no one gives a shit about. So, I mean, when we say that they're fascist and they're racist, what do you want us to say? Like they prove the point to us every day, repeatedly. They bang us over the head. They I almost basically I get a notification on my phone every day being like, "Hey, the United States government and the Republican Party is doing something that is racist or discriminatory towards some sort of marginalized community." And it happens all the time. Donald Trump just posted a video on Truth Social of Michelle and Barack Obama being depicted as monkeys. and now they're trying to say it was kind of like a funny meme, as Donald Trump is the Lion King. But of course, obviously that's not even a dog whistle at that point. That is a full-blown foghorn. Um, I know that this video has been kind of ranty and kind of all over the place, but the main points of this video are JD Vance got booed at the Olympics. Everyone hates America. They like the athletes, though. It's not their fault. The athletes are speaking out against the country, and the people who are in charge of it don't like it because they don't actually respect our laws, um, and they don't care about the First Amendment. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been ranting about the last 10 minutes. I do want to finish it up with talking about Lindsey Vonn, who I didn't even know still competed. I thought she retired a long time ago, but she tore her ACL like 9 or 10 days ago. And she competed on Saturday, and then today on Sunday, it was her chance to get a medal. And she tried her best and competed for a little bit, but she fell down the mountain, and it was incredibly sad, incredibly traumatic. Everyone there was so silent. You could hear a pin drop. Everyone was just so sad to see Lindsey Vonn take a fall like that. And as someone who's not obviously watching skiing all the time, you know, seeing her get lifted by a helicopter and just see her body in like the stretcher, some sort of thing, and just her body dangling from the helicopter was just incredibly traumatic. I don't wish that I don't know why they didn't have a bigger helicopter for them to at least put her in, at least put her inside of something. I didn't realize that they were like dangling it, like they do when they drop, I guess, like, supplies to people and more. Like, I didn't know it was that serious. Um, but yeah, shout out to Lindsey Vonn for her even attempting this. The fact that she even went out there is incredible. It sucks that she wasn't able to at least finish the race, but she went down, she gave it her all. And, while it probably wasn't the smartest idea, she she didn't get that far to just get that far. She put her best foot forward, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And it's really sad to see her go out like this. Hopefully, I mean, maybe she's able to in 2030 uh do the Winter Olympics again, but she would be in her mid 40s. I don't know how long people ski in the Olympics, what their career span is like, but for most athletes, it's hard to compete at a high level in your mid 40s. I know that she'll do probably everything in her power to try and get there, but I fear that this might be the last that we've seen of Lindsey Vonn. And it's sad. It's she's a legend. She will be up there with Michael Phelps and Shaun White as some of the most revered U.S. Olympic athletes of all time. And I wish her nothing but the best in the future. Thank you for tuning into this video. I know it's been kind of a mess, kind of going back and forth talking about things, but hey, when I talk about my hatred for Donald Trump, I kind of just get laser focused in there. And I haven't used my platform to speak about politics a whole lot, but it is also the Kevin Blakicki YouTube channel. So this is my page. I post what I want. And even though that I don't have a big following, I still want to make it known how I feel. Because I have a lot of opinions. Some of them you'll like, some of them you won't. But if you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not as well. If you want to follow me on social media, follow me at Kevin Blakicki on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And I'll see you later. Have a good day.